Okay, Hatboro Horsham, a minor pentatonic. Okay, Hatboro Horsham, that's a little bit of a song that you probably have heard. And I will send the chords and everything to that song. But once again, I heard this song the other day, and it's so strikingly minor pentatonic that I thought this is a really great one. And it's an E minor, which means that we start with the box number 1 of the E minor scale, which is this, E minor pentatonic, excuse me. So this is right where we're working, is this box, open in 3, open in 3 at fret 6, or string 6, open in 3 at string 1 and string 2, and open and 2 at the 3 in strings in between. And that's right where we start with this. And it's good pick exercise for you, and a known product that should emerge. So it should be really good for your ear training. And just a few things to note. It starts off in E minor, and it has a B minor, and this E minor scale just works throughout the entire thing, which you would expect since the entire melody is on E minor pentatonic notes. Those 5 notes are the entire melody of that song. But what's interesting is when it starts off in the E minor, and excuse me, I can't make these with the finger operation, but it starts off with a B minor, B minor down there, and has a little D thrown in, chords that you would expect in this key, and then it goes to, but I couldn't be, but I won't go, 'cause it'll be easier. It goes to in that bridge section, it goes to G. Now that shouldn't be surprising too, because I'm hoping that by now you're aware that there's a great relationship between E minor and G. E is the 6th in the scale of G. You get down there, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and you come down here 6th. That's an E note, and the E minor is the relative minor of G, so they have the very same scale, minor. They're equivalent. They have the same notes. So that means that when you get to this, that you're just playing the very same scale, even though you're in a different key. You're in the key of G at this point. So it all works out. And that's why that melody and that scale can be used throughout this song, and why I thought, well, that's a really great one that we can move to all the positions down here. And you can move that down here too. And start to do things that I can do with, when my operation's done here. Give that little tug down to that G note, and which is the flat 3rd in that scale, and so real loaded note, as you know at this point. And you can do all those kinds of things down here that you can't do on the open string. So you can move that right down here and play the very same thing, but now your fingers will have to do the work that the nut is doing up here. But when you do that, first of all, you're playing in a higher register that you would likely play in a, you know, if you were taking a lead. But you can also get vibrato and bends and things like that. Good thing to experiment once you get these down. But I gave you some pick things in here, like it starts, and the second time. See, that's up, down, up, down, up, down on the pick, and you want to get that, with the pick going up and down. So that's something to concentrate on. The rest is execution. Get that to work here, and then move it, because this is what we're going to do in 2 weeks. Move it to this shape. See, I'm getting there. My fingers are almost making that. All right. So you're going to go to that shape, and instead of playing, you're going to go. Sound familiar? See, I'm playing the same notes, but I'm playing them up a string in some cases, and the very same notes up here at this far end on fret 2. Why? Because that's where the two shapes share the same notes. This shape 1, as I'm going to refer to it from now on, the shape 1, which is that one, that shape shares the notes up here, this far end of this other shape. They're the same notes. So you're going to use those same notes and go. See, I give you a little finger stretch there, and then we'll move down to the next shape. Then the next shape, you can just do math. See, math will get you there. You know that string 6, fret 5 is an A note, and that string 5 open is an A note. They're the same note, but you also know that the A sharp here at string 6, fret 6 is mathematically 5 away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, from string 5, fret 1. They're the same notes, namely an A sharp or a B flat. So you just take the second number here, you see 5, 0, just add 5, and it brings you to 6 / 5 right here. That's it. The next note that you have here is 5, 2, so you go to this second number, which is the fret number, add 5 to that, and it brings you to 6, 7 fret here. So without further ado, you end it. Sound familiar? Same notes, it's just math, just adding 5, and you come down here, and that will build out the shape that you have. It'll bring you to that shape, and of course you can sound that sounds complete when I get to string 5, fret 7, which is an E note. All right, that's the type of things that I want you to think of as you do this with a purpose, not just, oh, I put my finger here, no, why do you do that? And then we'll just build down that very same thing, and you can start, start throwing in other ideas. You don't have to play it the way that I played. I played it, as a finger exercise with a very strong melody that you recognize, and that's not the way that you would have to play it. If you took a lead, you wouldn't play it that way on this song, so probably wouldn't play it. So I think that that's the most pertinent things that you can do as you do this lesson. I will be sending you the actual notes so that you don't have to fight through it on what I'm doing. Although I'd rather you start off that way than referring to this to get that by ear. And the other, I'll just point one final thing out here. It's kind of very bluesy, because you always hear of call and response. And you can hear call and response very prominently in this song. You hear, that's the call. And then the response is, call, response, excuse me, call, response. See? So you have a traditional jazz type underpinning of that, of the construction of the song itself. Okay, that's all my fingers can take right now. So I'll send this to you and work on it, have fun, and know that we're going to be moving it down. So just anticipate me, save me the trouble of having to teach the lesson Matt or Dennis or you can teach the next when we get to the. How do you do it when you get to this shape? And what can you do in this shape that you can't do in the other shape? And how about combining those two shapes? What kind of stuff can you get? Okay, there you go. Have a great weekend.